I'm very sorry, Ishwan Shifu. My dad still won't talk to me about the sky letter.
No need to apologize. I should be thanking you for trying to help. But this isn't something we can force. The Tide Fair was created to lift people's spirits, to bring hope to the community. If it starts causing strife between a father and son, wouldn't that defeat the whole purpose?
My dad used to love the Tide Fair. He'd bring the whole family along. To be honest, I didn't think much of it at the time. But after hearing him talk about it so much, I've started to see it differently. Now look at us. I'm the devoted one, and he's the one who's turned away from it.
Was the Tide Fair always so popular?
Maybe this is a good time to share what I know about the Tide Fair. The founder of Swabian Temple started traveling the world after leaving Wi-Fei and hasn't returned to Yunquai Summit since. I've only learned bits and pieces from records that were left behind. Decades ago, mystics from Yunquai Summit first arrived in Wi-Fei. Back then, the ether currents around the hollows were even more violent than they are now. Families were torn apart. People lost loved ones to the hollows, never to hear from them again. So a mystic created a special kind of paper bird called a sky letter. She had the people of Wi-Fei write messages inside them, words of longing or prayers for family and friends. And then the mystic, armed only with her sword, carried a basket full of sky letters into the hollow and released them with a spell. The thoughts and prayers of Wi-Fei were scattered across the hollow, and strangely enough, the violent tides around the hollow began to calm after that.
I can take the story from here. Afterward, the mystics settled down here and built Swabian Temple. People kept releasing sky letters, and the ritual became an annual tradition, the Tide Fair. Nowadays, people still write sky letter messages for loved ones lost in the hollow or blessings for those about to enter it. Then, a mystic at Swabian Temple performs a spell to send the sky letters flying into the hollow on their own. But we never knew the name of that mystic. Everyone just called her the Swabian Temple Shifu. Over time, the name stuck, and people just started calling her Sui Shifu.
Yunquai Summit does have her name on record, but it's possible she just made it up, too. I wouldn't be surprised if she's using a different name now, off wandering who knows where. In any case, I'll find another way to investigate the sky letter. Whether I succeed or not will depend on fate.
I believe in my dad. I don't know why he's not talking, but I'm sure he'll come around. This is what everyone in Wi-Fei wants, and what my brother would want too.
Your brother?
Yeah, I had an older brother. He loved the Tide Fair. But 11 years ago, forget it. Doesn't really matter now. Anyway, I'll stop bothering you. It's about time for me to head back.
It was just a single sigil, but somehow it's gotten a lot more complicated.
You think so? Personally, I feel like we're getting closer to the truth. But don't let it weigh on you. Just focus on what's in front of us. It will be up to fate whether it works out in the end.
Hope you have a wonderful holiday with that.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well. The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Pz.V Peninsula is also a major production area for porcelain ore, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
The city's air isn't great, but the real concern is the miasma still spreading through Pz.V Peninsula. Do you have any plans to address it, Mr. Mayor?
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic. But enough small talk. I'm calling about the continued threat of the miasma and the danger still posed by the Exaltists. Miasma is a natural byproduct within the Hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices. That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
It's all because of the Exaltists. They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices. And now miasma is spreading rampantly within the Hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the Exaltists' plan to seize control of Pz.V Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the Exaltists' influence in the region.
But the Exaltists' actions are still harming the people of Pz.V Peninsula, and the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived. Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer Ferox secretly allied with the Exaltists to carry out unlawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Pz.V Peninsula's citizens and businesses. I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Pz.V Peninsula have been significantly restricted. But investigations and operations by the city government in Pz.V Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Pz.V Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the Exaltist threat.
The Defense Force wasn't involved with the issues in Pz.V Peninsula before, so why'd they show up now?
Pz.V Peninsula is a key porcelain production area, after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides. Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together. With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Wi-Fi Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Sounds like a power game between TOPS and the Defense Force. But where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with Porcelumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests. I won't pretend I'm above it all, but I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunquay Summit can act directly this time. But for you, Phaethon...
Yes, Phaethon, a legend among proxies, an outlaw of the underground, the last disciple of a secret research institute, Mayor Mayflower's wondrous right hand, the one who saved the Void Hunter from the brink of collapse. It's my time to shine again, right?
To be honest, I won't need all those people helping me. But you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage. I spotted the name Obel Squad on the Defense Force's unit roster. I've heard of their past exploits, and some of their members have had both professional and personal dealings with you. I believe they could be a trustworthy source of support. Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolde, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists in Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
So, we'll be taking part in the operation against the Exaltists as proxies working with the Defense Force?
Exactly. But the title Proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force. Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult-to-remember titles, but sometimes those titles can come in handy. Though I have to say, the ones you came up with a moment ago did sound a lot cooler.
By the way, we came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit. I've already informed the Defense Force and Miss Isolde in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolde and Obel Squad. Well, I have official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead, so let's keep it brief. Once again, I wish you the best of luck.